A man of God, a man of the house, a man of his word,
Outlaw RBG, very struggling,
a man of principle.
Malcolm was a G till the day that he died. Check me out, man. I ain't scared of jail, I ain't scared to die. I was born a rider, you can see it in my eyes. Always on some real shit, just like the homie Vibe. Ever since the 85, I was always taught to ride for the set RBG. Every day, all day, that's all we see. So beat the motherfucking culture, ride on vultures. Snitches get stitches, so they rarely approach us. There's a war going on, they try to keep it on the low. Now it ain't a reason to slip, I'm letting niggas know it's psychological warfare. It's propaganda. So don't fuck with the news, cause they don't understand it. On Channel 5, all you see is black faces catching cases. They know that these fellas, the television is racist. But I'ma keep it G until I'm thugging the beat. Until they pour the libation of this new African nation. RBG to the day that I die. Reppin' the next G to the day that I die. Malcolm was a G to the day that he died. I'ma be the G to the day that I die. I'm reppin' RBG, I'm reppin' the next G. Malcolm was a G to the day that he died. I'ma be a G to the day that I die. Check.
I'm not a lame, never was and never will be. I'm a G and I'ma bang till we get free. Initiated to the life at only 16. Red, black, and green, black power is a hood thing. A young king soaking up game from the OGs, the big homies. Never forget what they showed me. Ride for the struggle, stay on top of your hustle to survive in the jungle. Take the mind and the muscle. I'm a rider, a soldier, a G, a man of character, an outlaw, a warrior, a rebel to America. Throwing up the set, black fists wrapped around the sig. Never been a snitch or a tom, forever fuck a pity. Do it for the people, give my life up gladly for the family, for freedom. All my G's understand me, rather down my feet than live on my knees. And I'ma teach the same thing to my seed. Word between Zoe and Lil Zaire.
That I die. Reppin' the next G to the day that I die. Malcolm was a G to the day that he died. I'ma be the G to the day that I die. RBG, I'm reppin' the next G to the day that I die. Malcolm was a G to the day that he died. So I'ma be a G till I die. G is for general, like FIFA Vendetta, no one do it better. A G until a snitch get me set up to die. Similar to how they set up T.I. Just like COINTEL set up Machiavelli to die. So in the name of Bobby Hutton and Jonathan Jackson, I'ma keep mashing till they put a G in this casket. Riding for what I know is the truth. I keep it plain like Malcolm used to do. You confuse me, you straight ahead like Matulu said. Until the day that I'm dead, the same attitude getting me bread. How could I turn on them? So much I learned from them. These devils is heartless, go ahead and put the burn on them. A G like a motherfucking gorilla. Yeah, the thing was cold, but inside my mind is gorilla. I paint a portrait of a killer and my sword is my pen. Get on a half a pint of hen and go and do it again. RBG up, that I die. I'm reppin' the next G up. Malcolm was a G to the day that he died. And I'ma be a G to the day that I die. You know, gotta hold your head, my nigga. Stay focused. I know it's hard sometimes.
It's in the gang, things change, living up and down. This hard life got me walking with my head down. It's in the gang, things change, living up and down. This hard life got me walking with my head down.
Good job, Snap. Who two up on Black Power, family? What's going on? It's your brother and Google. Now you see R&M. Tune in to another episode of R&M RBG TV, family. You already know we keep it G. raw and uncut common sense discussions for the common people, dealing with the common issues, seeking common solutions. My method, my madness, my motto, you should know this by now, it's black love. You know why? Because black love is a cure for the black nation. So let's get it. Wanted to do this real quick before I get up out of here. Me and the wife getting ready to go to RBG weekend. You know what I mean? August 21st through the 23rd. Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. If you ain't going to be there, I don't know where you're going to be at, but that's what it's going to be. You dig? But, nonetheless, real quick, real brief. As brief as possible. I wanted to, I guess you can say, do a follow-up. Again, no piggyback, no pork over here. I want to do a follow-up to a previous build I did last week, which was called Perpetrators of the Slow Death. Right? Basically, my premise was I was dealing with the whole reason why not, and how counterproductive the whole homosexual living, lifestyle, whatever the hell you want to call it, is when it comes to dealing with African people and our struggle and our plight for freedom and advancement. Now, what I want to discuss today is, like I said, is a follow-up. I'm not necessarily going to waste my time and single the dude out, but you already know who the character is, the whole Ghazi dude, and those that are like him. For example, I'm not sure if you ever heard of the guy, I forgot his last name, but his first name is Cleo Mangano, some shit like that, whatever. Folks went as far as to call him the gay Malcolm X. Picture that shit. The gay Malcolm X, right? So nonetheless, my whole premise today is to discuss how, regardless of the fact that our fight is, going to benefit that of the common people, which is all black people nonetheless, imagery, right? Imagery is a very big strategy when it comes to warfare. Very big, and this is a tactic that's often overlooked, often swept under the rug, often not even thought about for the most part. Imagery is very powerful. Now think about it. If you guys follow long enough, you know my quote when it comes to the men, right? My quote is as follows: "The defense of the nation rests within the men." Check, check. With that being said, when you have basically a slew of effeminate, homosexualized black men as the forefront, as the face, as a spokesperson, if you will, quote unquote, for our struggle as African people, knowing the fact that homosexuality is not of African people, as far as our common customs and tradition, that ain't of us. That's a learned behavior taught by you already know who. If you don't, do your history. Homosexuality also is that of, like I said, perpetration of the slow death, because you are taken away from your lineage from you on backwards. There was no children being produced. There's no family structure being presented as an example. And that's the biggest thing when it comes to being a face, if you will. Now again, when it comes to this whole imagery thing as a tactic, as the black man in America, as the black man dealing with this fight, you would think that there would still be some bros around to combat this homo shit. But as I'm seeing, slowly but surely, a lot of so-called real brothers, real G's, and whatever you want to call yourself, real niggas, whatever, you know how folks like to call themselves, y'all are slowly but surely getting down with their agenda. And you know what you're saying? You know what they're saying? What they're receiving nonetheless? You are now telling them how much of a threat you are not in opposition to them. How much their system is actually working in their favor when it comes to that of the black man. When it comes to the image of the black man. Now let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. Again, we all know this homosexuality shit started with Europeans, for the most part. Right? But again, when you look at any piece of propaganda, who is it that you see 90% of the time? That of the black man. What does that message send around the world? What does that message say when it reaches the doorstep of your opposition? What does that message say when it reaches the doorstep of your children? your black woman. And you wonder why the black woman has literally zero respect for the black man today. He's completely bent over. You understand? Trying to get in where he fizzing. Trying to roll along with the punches. That way he don't get hit too much, metaphorically speaking. But while you trying to roll over and not get hit with the punches as much, your people are really the ones that are suffering. Your children are really the ones that are suffering, because at the end of the day, you're leaving them a poor, piss poor example of what a man should be. How in the hell, again family, if the core premise of a nation is that of the black family, which consists of man, woman, and child, you understand? The child being the product of a man and woman in perfect union, right? Mentally and physically and spiritually. But yet, you have loud mouths as the spokespersons, as the faces, if you will, of our struggle, of our plight. When that loud mouth completely goes against the greater good. Now again, you got folks out there, oh, why you're being so judgmental, as everybody likes to say. Why are you being so hateful, as everybody likes to say? Simply because I see the bigger picture. I see the big picture. Again, the big picture is familyhood. You can't talk that nationhood shit if you ain't talking familyhood. Period, point blank. And a lot of people are seriously not talking familyhood because it shows in their actions. I don't want to hear words. Words don't mean shit. It's all about actions. It's all about actions. It's all about actions. Now again, getting back to the imagery. For example, for those that study now Valley Civilization and this, that, and third, I'm pretty sure you've seen on any random given temple, right? There's an image of the Nisut. There's an image of the Nisut, the pharaoh, king, ruler, whatever word you want to choose to represent that hierarchy, right? There's always a depiction of that Nisut, right? Grabbing his enemies by the hair, right? Or some sort of like that, some type of image like that, in a firm, strong posture. A posture of pride, a posture of don't F with me, or you gonna get this shit even more. A posture of masculinity, nonetheless, right? Which instills pride, which instills purpose, right? Again, examples, because everybody that comes to that temple, they see that. That's an example, nonetheless, of a strong man. A strong man for his people, nonetheless, right? Now again, and it's funny too, because again, ever since last month when this whole law got passed, everybody done just basically came out the woodworks, came out the closets, came out of everywhere. Every crevice in the damn valley. They done came out of everywhere with this damn foo-foo shit. And the sad part is, it's slowly being hijacked. The black community, the black power struggle is slowly being hijacked. Just look at the so-called faces. Look at the so-called loudmouths. For example, the whole Black Lives Matter thing, right? Everybody jump behind that. Yes, it started out on you know what I'm saying, with quote-unquote good intentions, if you will. I give you that. I give you the benefit of the doubt. But slowly but surely, things came to light. About 80, 85, 90% of it consists of the LGBT community in general. It's funded by white dollars. So in other words, it's controlled by white hands, white thoughts. Let's keep it clear. So that's already compromised. Then you got folks like this Ghazi character or whatever. And it saddens me, right? Again, this is not a personal slam against any of these people. Again, I see the bigger picture. I see the imagery and what it portrays, the examples that's being set. Again, if this thing is about reconstructing of the reconstruction of the black family, man, woman producing child, right? How in the hell, what logic nonetheless, is it to have a poster face of that of a blatant flaming nuclear homosexual? It's very much kind of revolutionary. It's kind of production. You feel what I'm saying? It's asinine. And nonetheless, what really is really sad about it, folks like that have a huge following. Again, this is not to throw shade, this is not to throw a shot, but we gotta call a spade, man. And at the end of the day, if this is the posture that's being put out on Front Street, if this is the posture that's being received around the world, you might as well, again, keep your mouth shut and not even fix your mouth to say Why does the world look at the black man the way that they do? Why does the black woman look at the black man the way that she does? Also, sisters, stop supporting this shit. For the last time, please, stop supporting this shit. Black women are the biggest, the boldest supporters of homosexuality. Y'all can fight me all damn day you want, but it's proven every day. Every day. You understand? Again, there was a time, a point in the era where the sisters would literally, they would slap the brothers up if they was too sissified. They would shake them right the hell up. Nowadays, they're shopping partners. They're besties. Etc., etc., etc. Come on, sisters. Again, you can't sit here and talk about how much of a strong black man you deserve, a strong black man you require, this, that, and the third, but yet you support homosexuality. Again, you're canceling out everything that you wish for. Again, makes no sense. Thinking it's not illegal, living black ain't wrong. And if this is about progression of black people, don't you want to have that of black life? Again, union of man and woman. We cannot have a counterproductive face for a struggle that we're trying to fight for productivity, for progress. That makes no sense. You're back at zero. You're going to always be back at zero. And meanwhile, the clock does not get chopped down. The numbers will never go down. Mr. Garvey said it's going to take us at least up to 200 years to get about here. Maybe even more. But we have to be steadfast. We have to be committed to the goal. We have to be focused. And right now, a lot of people are far off track dealing with this gay shit. Again, trying to get in where you fit in. That civil right, and everybody loves to say that civil right is basically a right for folks to like you. Well, nonetheless, like I said before, your civil right is going against and canceling out our human right to live as black people. So I need you to think about that. Again, thinking ain't illegal. Living black ain't wrong, family. It makes no sense. Again, it's about imagery and representation is everything. The way you're represented is everything. The way you're received is dictated by the way you represent yourself, the way you put yourself out there. You say you want the world to respect the black man, but if the image and the face of the black struggle coming from the black man is that of a flaming homosexual, which has the support of his counterpart, the black woman, which encourages more and more and more of that shit. And y'all wonder why the children are getting younger and younger with this shit, because these are the examples that's being set. We need to take accountability of this shit, family. Again, we need to take serious accountability. This is not no slander. This is not no personal attacks, whatever you want to call it. This is the real deal. I see the big picture, man. You wonder why you're not respected the way you demand. Look at the way you represent yourself. Look at the way you allow yourself to be represented, because you don't speak up. You don't stand up. In order to get that global recognition, you got to make sure your house is clean first and foremost. Black man, black woman, black child. And right now, your house is dirty as shit, because you're getting hyped and happy again with little trinkets that the system throws at you. Stay focused. Again, I really need folks to really understand on where I'm coming from. Put your personal emotions to the side. I understand that may be your friends. I understand that may be even your family and your homies and whatever the case may be. Cool. If you really love them, you will school them to the real deal. And if it goes in one ear and out the other, hey, no, at least you did your job. Kudos. You did your job. You can't force nobody on to do shit. But at the end of the day, present the thought. It's all about the thought, fam. We got to change our mind state, man. We got to be firm out here. We got to be firm out here. And a part of being firm, again, is our imagery. The way we are perceived thus dictates the way we are received. So, black man, you say you want the respect of your woman again, right? You say you want your children to respect you, right? You say you demand the world to pay homage and own up to you as the father of the civilization and all the worlds and this, that, and the third, and yada, 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 yada. Right? Black woman, you say that basically you were the best gift to the planet. I can leave it at that. Family, I think it's time we own up to it. I think it's time we account for it. I think it's about time that we literally put our best image forward, because that's going to be received. Not the words that you speak, You could perform as many rallies. You could perform as many marches. You could have the flies, dashiki, whatever. It don't matter. All that shit is superficial any goddamn way, right? Because at the end of the day, let's keep it 100. Your words are not necessarily going to be remembered all the time, but your image will always be remembered. This is why the monuments of the Nile Valley had to be quote-unquote destroyed by invasion. The imagery. They wanted to leave a negative mark of the people. But at the end of the day, you already know our history and our legacy lives on and on and on. But in this day and age, our monuments is that which we recreate now. This is why I said before, we have to recreate ourselves. Black man, black woman, black child, we have to recreate ourselves. Before we even talk about recreating the nation, we have to recreate ourselves individually, then spread that amongst the masses. This is why I always say, again, black love is the cure for what? The black nation. So let's get it, right? Again, how do you want the world to receive you, black man? Do you really want them to continue to take you as a joke? The same joke that you've been for how long now? How many decades? How many centuries now? Black woman, are you not tired of being used to make your man a joke? I'm going to say that again. Black woman who birthed us. Black woman who teaches us. Black woman who nurtures us. Are you not tired of seeing your product, which is your children, your men nonetheless? Are you not tired of being used to further degrade them, to further push them down? Are you not tired of this shit? Because if you really are, you will really recreate yourselves. You would help to recreate that man, because by helping recreate him, you're only recreating your nation. You're building up your defense. Because if you are the might, like I always say, the might of the nation rests within the women, right? The energy that she puts forth, he's going to turn around and defend, right? The defense of the nation rests within the men, right? Don't you want to be defended? Gut check. All I'm saying, family, is this, man. If you want to be taken serious, man, put your best foot forward, man. Straight up and down. Put your best foot forward. Push your best image forward. Erect that monument that you want the world to remember as your legacy, black man. Right now, your legacy is that of a sissified, punctified, effeminate, all those words. All those words. Black woman, your legacy is that of supporting, pushing that, encouraging that, but then also talking down on it because you say you don't have a man. Confusion. That's your legacy right now. The legacy of the children right now is total chaos because they don't know where the hell to go to. Examples need to be set. Proper decency and order. Period, point blank. Again, black love is a cure for the black nation, so let's get it. Questions, comments, concerns? I think I done said enough. Please get at me. It's all about the way you're received, man. And the way you're received is all about the image that you put out there, man. You really got to ask yourself, are you happy? Are you really content with the image that you have as a representation for your black struggle, family? Think about it. I really want you to answer that question. I really want you to answer that question. Are you content with the representation for your struggle? In the meantime, between time, get at me. You already know, once again, you've been tuned in to RNMRBG TV, family. Yes, you already know we keep it G. Common sense for the common people. Dealing with the common issues, trying to seek common solutions. This is why you will never hear me not saying the following. Black love is a cure for the black nation, goddammit, so let's get it. Stay tuned to the next one. You already know, on and on. RNMRBGs, all in together now. Keep it locked to the next one. RBG weekend. Here we go. Bang out, but bang smart, family. Black power.